you're saying about with doctors, with lawyers, and all the singer them. African people will like the world are in. And choose the power.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edissa Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Devant ensemble et toute jeunesse. Evolve. Growing youth for an inclusive and transformed society. Are you ready?
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Youth Voices. Of course, I am your host, Mr. Edissa Eugene, and it is always a pleasure to be back with you on a Thursday. Of course, we are still in the vibe and in the same energy where we are celebrating our young women. And yes, this is the last one to close off Youth Month officially, as we have now entered, this is the last one to close off Women's Month. However, right now we have just entered Youth Month celebration. So with me in studio today, we have a young lady by the name of Miss Gabrille James, who some of us might know as Gabby, who is also known as Chef Gabby. And so this afternoon, I just want to welcome you, Miss James. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So Miss James, I want you to just go ahead and tell our listeners this afternoon who you are.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. So I am Gabrielle James, also known as Chef Gabby, as she said. I am a chef. I work at Jade Mountain. I've been working there for 6 years now, and I'm also an influencer. I have YouTube and TikTok and all those social media websites that I produce content on. And yes.
Okay, nice. So you did mention that you are a chef, you are an influencer on TikTok, YouTube. So we could see definitely that you have so much going on, right?
Yes, definitely.
So I'm pretty sure some of our influencers might not some of our listeners don't understand who an influencer is. So might just telling us.
So an influencer is somebody who like I would say who motivates people to do certain stuff in different aspects,
right,
and different activities and different stuff like that. Like, yeah.
Okay, nice. So how has it been being an influencer so far?
It's been pretty challenging, but it's something that I really love to do. So I don't really allow the hate and the challenges to get to me that much. So it's been pretty fun because I enjoy doing it.
Okay. Yeah. And for how many years now have you been an influencer?
I've been an influencer for like, I would say 7 years now. I started YouTube in 2017.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay. And of course, with you being an influencer, meaning now that you are a very influential person because you have an audience, you have persons who look up to you.
Right.
And so how has it been when it comes to encouragement from your audience?
It's been pretty good for me. And I like the fact that a lot of people that I've encouraged so far, they take my advice very well. And it's been pretty good, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, you mentioned too that there could be negativity. And I mean, that is evident in everything.
Yes.
Especially sometimes when you see you're really trying, but there is always this one person who tends to try to bring you down.
Yes, exactly.
How do you deal with such situations?
So, first off, I'm just going to bring out a little backstory.
Sure.
People would come on my YouTube, they would make dirty comments and negative stuff and bring out their negative energy towards me. And the way I handle it is that those people who are coming out to me with those negativity, I don't tend to take it as very personal and very bad. Instead, I just use it as a way to motivate myself more and push forward. So I do encourage us young people to take negativity and hate as a form of motivation to push forward even more.
Okay, nice. And I am so happy, Gabby, that you are one of those who, despite the negativity and just persons trying to throw things at you, you tend to use that as a motivation tool.
Yes, a
I
lot.
mean, not everyone is strong enough in order to do that. And so this is definitely commendable. So
Yes.
kudos to you. And I hope that
you.
you keep on doing what you do,
For sure.
despite sometimes the negativity that could be in the air.
Yes.
Now, with that, I mean, we are speaking about Gabby now being an influencer, and there is so much that we could talk about because she has been doing so much so far. However, Gabby, I know right now you do have persons who look up to you. For persons who have tried creating content, but they are not attracting the audience that they wish to, what would you say to them?
So all I would say first off is kudos to y'all who are trying out there, because social media is a very I would say good platform to start off when it comes to making an income as well, because social media is a form of making income. And I would say do not give up. Keep going, because when you start you will not get as much audience right away. You have to keep pushing and keep going, and probably try to advertise yourself as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, in a case where maybe somebody is willing to start off as an influencer, but they're pretty unaware, number one, as to what content to put out there, and two, maybe they're even scared to start.
Right.
What would you say to them?
Okay, so first off, I would say do not be scared. You to be an influencer and to put out content on social media, you must be very confident. You must have build that confidence within you. You need to be comfortable with putting yourself out there, because some people do not like being on camera. Some people don't like to be on social media on a whole. Now, I would say, what was the question again? Sorry.
Okay, so in a case where a young person maybe wants to start off.
Right. Okay. So if you want to start off and you don't know what content to put out there, find out what you like to do and what you enjoy doing, and like probably do some research on it. See if there are other people who's doing that stuff as well, and look up their contents and take like examples from them. Watch how they do it, and probably you can implement that within yourself as well.
Okay, and that is a very nice idea, ensuring that you actually do something that you love.
Right.
So with that, I am hoping that if, for example, I am a nature lover and I am trying to create content, definitely it would be nice to do something with nature, something that I know that I enjoy, so that if I am sending out that energy, persons who are viewing my content too will understand the love through my content.
Yes.
So that is a very good suggestion, Gabby, and thank you so much for that. So we have spoken to you about you being an influencer. You have encouraged us, some of us who have not started but wish to start. But I want you to tell us a little more about your content.
Okay.
What should we expect when we go on YouTube and search for Gabby?
So you guys will expect me doing a bit of motivational videos where I motivate young people to push themselves forward, to reach out to their goals and achieve their goals. You'll also see some entertainment, some pranks that I do on my boyfriend. You'll also get some family content that I'm a new mom now, and I put some content out there with my baby and whatnot. You get some vlogs of my personal lifestyle and what I choose to put out there, because there is some stuff that you do not want to put on social media. But if you have a choice, that's the thing a lot of people don't understand, that you have a choice as to what you put out there. Right. Yes.
Okay. So basically your content is a mixture of everything.
Yes.
So persons who maybe are into comedy would basically come for the pranks. Persons who maybe want to learn how you handle just being a new mom,
right,
would maybe come just to see how you do it, and
also
encouraged.
Sorry to disturb you, I didn't mention that I also put some cooking stuff on there as well, because I'm a chef. So yeah.
Okay, nice. And like I was saying, of course, persons will definitely be encouraged by your videos despite what they go there for.
Yes.
I mean, I have viewed some of Gabby's videos, and yes, some of the pranks, I can say they're a little crazy. I don't know if I would be able to handle it, but it is nice too that even showing young persons how to have fun and enjoying things in your own space, in the kitchen, and just being yourself.
Definitely.
So, of course, persons who know you from before, to me, you came across as an individual who was a bit shy. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you're very right. Very, very right. Yes.
So, knowing that you started creating content, I mean, I was a little surprised as to Gabby creating content. Okay, but then I realized too that it allowed you to step out of your comfort zone.
Yes, definitely.
So, how was that process? Just knowing that, okay, I actually have to do things differently, and in order to attract persons around.
Well, at first it was a lot for me. I used to watch a lot of creators, and then I understood that that is really something that I would really be interested in doing. When I graduated and left school, I then took on that activity and like just typing in stuff and learning different ways to start off social media on a whole. And it really took a lot from me because, like you said, I was a very shy person before. I wouldn't speak up. I wouldn't be able to speak up to a large crowd. I just wouldn't be able to do it at first. But then I realized that social media and creating content on a whole and being a professional chef that I soon want to be involves being confident and being able to talk to people and all of that. So I then just learn how to build my confidence and be more bold and more outspoken and more open, and then I then move forward.
Okay, and I want to say again to you, Gabby, kudos to you, because again, not many persons want to step out of their comfort zone to even achieve what they want. And it is nice to see that knowing you from before and you compared to now, that is definitely an improvement.
Yes,
so I want to say kudos to you for that.
Thank you.
And so with that, I mean, we're about to take a quick break, but just before we take a break, I will just ask you one question. In a case where you have a young person who is shy, right? Like yourself before, and they really want to create content, but they're a bit scared to step out of the comfort zone. What advice would you give to that young person?
So my advice would be, do not think about what people will think, because therefore shyness leads into you thinking what others will think, and like probably staying in your shell, like probably will that person think like why would I be doing that, or don't have all those stories in your mind or those negative thoughts in your head. Just break out of it, think positive, think about the positivity, where you're gonna end up when you start like this. Look at other people who are the place you want to get to. Look at those people who are where you are now and probably get some advice from them, because of how they try to get advice from how they end up where they're at right now, because that's where you're trying to head, like me. So I would say just keep positive and think about the advantages of what you're trying to do, and just get out of your shell and get it done. It will do you justice.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Gabby, and definitely these were some very great words to persons who are scared to get out of the comfort zone.
Yes.
So of course, to you, our listeners, I know you have been learning a lot about Gabby so far, about her and her lifestyle as an influencer. However, as we go for a short break, when we return, we will be focusing more on Gabby as a young chef who wishes to become a professional chef in the future. So of course, stay tuned and we will be right back.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edissa Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Devant ensemble et toute jeunesse. Evolve. Growing youth for an inclusive and transformed society. Are you ready?
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my
My mommy protected me and my little nephew when she got vaccinated.
My doctor is protecting me. She's vaccinated.
My aunt protected me when she got vaccinated.
COVID-19 vaccines are available for people from the age of 12 years and older. Being vaccinated against the virus does not only protect you, it also makes our country safer for those who cannot receive the vaccine.
Vaccinate for you, for yours, for us.
I go by the name of Miguel Daisy. Stage name, Energy Buzz, radio name as well. What is different about my show is that it is full of energy, like my name says it all. Full of vibes. My show basically starts from 2 to 6 on a daily, Monday to Friday, Saturdays, weekly 2 to 6. It's called the Energy Drive. What it entails is like I like to introduce people to new music. I like to educate them on the artists as well, what's new, what's trending in the musical industry. Right now we're 12 years in the making, and we as a team look to get bigger and stronger. I've just been doing music my entire life. I don't know anything else but music. So I could say music saved my life as well. So tune in to Super FM every single weekday from Monday to Friday. With me, yours truly, Energy Buzz with the Energy Drive. You see, I'm so super excited. So this is the excitement that I want to share with you guys. So make sure you tune in to Super FM 88.5 with yours truly, Energy Buzz, 2 to 6 from Monday to Friday. Saturdays it fluctuates. You can either catch me from 9 a.m. or from 1 p.m. Alright, so make sure, share the love.
88.5 Super FM presents Let's Connect every Tuesday from 5:30 p.m. with your host Reniata D'Souza. Also live on Facebook. Be sure to tune in as we present you with updates on local activities, events, businesses, initiatives, and upcoming opportunities for all. Let's connect every Tuesday right here on Super FM and online. Don't miss it.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edissa Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Devant ensemble et toute jeunesse. Evolve. Growing youth for an inclusive and transformed society. Are you ready?
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile.
I'm back. Thank you so much to those of you who have stayed tuned in with us. Of course, like I mentioned, we are in studio with Miss Gabrille James, also known as Gabby or Gabby, also Chef Gabby.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure that you guys are learning a lot about her so far and her lifestyle as an influencer. But right now we are diverting more into the direction of getting to know Gabby as a young chef in the community. And so Gabby, I want you to just go ahead and tell us about you being a chef and how is that going?
So me being a chef, this is my passion right there. This is what I've always wanted to be from a very young age. From the age of 9, I started to cook. And it's been a journey. It's been a really challenging and exciting journey.
Okay, and that is definitely expected. It being challenging and
Yes.
exciting. Of course, you mentioned that you have had this passion hidden there from the time you were 9.
Yes.
Right? And so we see that you definitely grew with it because you have been doing so well so far. So tell us a little about what inspired you to even decide, like, hey, I want to be a chef when I grow up?
So what really inspired me is my grandmother, first off, and my mom, because it's from my family. We're chefs, and I would watch the way my mom would prepare meals and the way my grandma would prepare meals. I would join them in the kitchen, and I would really just enjoy chopping stuff and just preparing food on a whole. So I then decided, well, yeah, I think that's what I love to do the most. So that is when I decided that I want to be a chef.
Okay, and nice. With that, Gabby, of course, you mentioned that with your grandma and your mother, you actually sparked the love for it.
Yes.
Now, with that, I mean, over the years, persons who have been following your content would see that you actually now work at a prestigious resort where you work as a chef.
Yes.
Now, I want you to just tell us, before you even started working at this resort, tell us a little about how did you scale your way up? Meaning from secondary school, how did you prepare yourself?
Okay, so I prepared myself from secondary school, like you just mentioned. I would always be in the foods room. I would take tips from my foods teacher. My foods teacher was like a second mom to me at the time, and I would always just look for recipes and trying different stuff. I would, indulge in a lot of cooking at the time. I would be, after school, I would go over to my grandmother's restaurants and just help her out with certain stuff. I would do soups, I would do the stews, I would peel onions, and I would do so many stuff. And from there, I just grew into the chef lifestyle, and like I do more research on different recipes and chefs in the kitchen. I would watch movies about chef life, and yeah, that's how I evolved from secondary school going on forward.
Okay. And with that, were you maybe part of any competitions, anything to assist you in that regard?
Right. So I took part in different competitions at secondary school, and which I would place first, and with you as well, that we did a competition and we won for our for our color.
Right.
And yeah, it was pretty exciting, pretty fun.
Okay.
At the time.
And of course, Gabby, we see that you did so much in order to prepare yourself to be the young lady that you are today in the kitchen. So from 9 years, you started to cook, and then from then you continue to grow. You helped your mom in the kitchen. Many persons don't understand that maybe just chopping seasoning is important. But it is in order for you to actually be good in the kitchen, because honestly, I am a kitchen girl as well, so I understand the love for chopping seasoning too. Now, with me, I know that seasoning needs to be uniformed. Unlike other people who don't like the kitchen, to them, we could just drop that anyhow, or it could look anyway. So, of course, we see definitely that you have the love and you have the understanding when it comes to the kitchen.
Definitely, yeah.
Now, with all of this now, there are a lot of challenges when it comes to the kitchen. What would you say are some of your major challenges?
Well, some of my major challenges is that probably the fear of getting burnt, fear of getting my fingers cut, but you just have to probably just keep focused and try your best not to get those injuries that can occur in the kitchen. It is a very dangerous place to be, as well as fun, and so you can get to eat whatever you want. It is very a dangerous place to be. Yeah, so that's one challenge that I really face when it comes to being in the kitchen. Okay,
so you mentioning that this is actually a challenge. Have any of these happened to you?
Yes, I've cut my fingers more than once. I've got burned many times, but I think this is all part of being a chef. You have to get those scars, those cuts, those burns, but try your best to be careful, and just try your best to be careful.
Nice one, Gabby. Of course, you must try your best to be careful in everything that you do. There is danger in everything. And with that, you've actually opened up a little dark hole for me, where now I will ask, with you now working at a prestigious resort, where we are very much aware that sometimes you need to maybe work the morning shift, the night shift, and some weird shifts. So how has that been?
Well, that has been pretty, I would say, I take it's challenging, but I really dealt with it well. I actually worked the 311 night shift for like 5 years straight. Now that I'm a mom, I work morning shifts so I could go home earlier to my daughter. But yeah, I work the night shift for 5 years straight, and it was not easy. Honestly, it was not easy. It's been crazy with all the different co-workers and people calling in sick, and sometimes, but I actually like actually liked when somebody would call in sick and then I would have to be working different places and running around, because I like the adrenaline. I like when you have to be fast with food, and I just really like the adrenaline.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
so
dealt
with
with it
that,
well.
I understand that you have worked the night shift for 5 years. Now, kudos to you, Gabby, because I don't want to be like you. But which shift would you say is your favorite?
The night shift.
And tell us why.
Because with the night shift at the hotel where I work at Jade Mountain's Kitchen, it is the fine dining. It is where all the fine dining is being done, where you plate food to your best of your ability. You can be creative with food a lot, and I've always mentioned that to a lot of people. You can explore with food more on the dinner shift than on the morning shift, where breakfast you just have to stick with one way of certain stuff like sunny side up egg, baked beans, sausages and stuff like that, bacon. Where with dinner you get to cook eel, you get to make a tempura broccoli. You get to do so many different stuff with on the dinner shift compared to the morning shift.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, clearly, we could see that on the dinner shift you do some more creative stuff.
Right.
Because of the names attached. I would want to know what is whatever broccoli you just said.
It's basically a fried broccoli.
Okay.
We do a batter and we put the broccoli in the batter and we fry it. Also cauliflower, we do different purees. You know, it's crazy. It's an art.
So, Gabby, with all of that, and I mean, it sounds interesting. It sounds tasty. Tell us, what is your favorite dish to prepare in the kitchen?
Okay, so first of all, I don't really have a favorite dish, but one of my favorite things I enjoy cooking, and I love bouillon. I love soups. I love preparing rice. There is so many stuff you can do with rice when it comes to just that small grain. It's it's a cheap product, but there is so many things you can do to it that can add more value to it actually. So I do enjoy cooking rice and stir fries, pastas and other dishes. I do enjoy preparing sushi. I have not really learned how to wrap it as yet, but I am on that journey as to learning how to wrap sushi and other different cuisines when it comes to the Indian cuisine, learning how to do the curries and different other stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So there is so much basically that you like.
Yeah, there's not really a favorite. I just like a lot of stuff. I'm a foodie. I really enjoy food. I love food. Yes,
yeah,
I
I
just
was
love
actually
food.
about to ask, in as much as you love preparing food, do you love eating food?
I love eating food.
Okay, so basically there's a good balance.
Yes.
Because you need to actually love eating food in order to love
Yeah,
food.
yes.
So with that, Gabby, so far you've told us so much about your work and whatnot. You did mention earlier that you wish to become a professional chef,
Yes.
right? And we do know that becoming a professional chef sometimes requires a lot of experience and so on. So where do you see yourself as a professional chef in the future?
Okay, in the future, I really see myself having my own restaurant someday. I really just see myself with my own menus and my unique recipes that I can probably have in my restaurants, and then probably when I get older, I can pass it on to my kids or people who are willing to push themselves further in the culinary lifestyle. And yeah, I really see myself with my own restaurant one day with my crazy bomb recipes. Honestly, I really see that happening for me one day.
Okay, and with that, I mean, I applaud you again for actually having a vision as to where you see yourself in
And
the...
I want to mention something. I actually have my own business. Actually, I have my own business where I do pizzas. I do chicken rotis, fish rotis, vegan pizzas, chicken and fries, and I sell stuff right now actually in Labrie, because I recently switched locations and I realized that in the area doesn't really have that many places where people can go to have a meal. So I then invested in preparing food and selling stuff, and that has really worked for me as a start of someone who wants to own their own restaurant. It's a really big start for me.
Okay, and of course, you did mention you want to have unique menus, and you did mention you want to have some crazy bomb recipes.
Yes.
Now with that, there are different types of cuisine. Which cuisine would you say you would maybe delve into?
Probably more of the fast food.
Okay.
Yeah, more burgers, chicken and fries, and probably do my burgers from scratch with my secret ingredients in the beef and all. And like for example, the burger, the secret ingredients in the beef. That's one of the things that I would probably wouldn't mention to anybody.
Right.
What's in my beef of my burger? Like I would probably pass it on later on, and then somebody can take that and then invest into there. Yeah.
Okay, so Gabby, again, you have given us so much information about the kitchen. You have made some of us hungry. And so I think now I want to have a little fun with you, right? So with you loving food and even enjoy preparing it, and you wanting to even have your own unique recipes and menus, right now I will give you a scenario, and we're going to create a menu for that event.
Okay.
So let's see. I don't want to do a wedding. Weddings are pretty normal.
Yeah.
Let's think of an event. So let's say, right? Last minute, somebody's caterer maybe build on them, and they need Chef Gabby to prepare some food. As well as some light snacks for an event such as a cocktail and conversation. Do you know what's a cocktail and conversation?
Yes.
Right. So I want us to try and create a fun and appealing menu for persons who will be there. Now let's remember and keep in mind that most of the persons present are actually chicken lovers.
Okay.
So with that, you know for sure you need to incorporate it.
Yes.
So I want us to just go ahead now. If you want, you can use my pencil to write down your light snacks.
Right.
And then we'll do a free course meal for our persons.
Okay. So I'm writing down. Should I see
Yeah,
what I'm
as you
writing?
go on, you can let us know.
So I would prepare chicken mini wraps.
Okay.
Yeah. I would also prepare chicken balls.
Okay.
Chicken balls.
Does it come with a dip?
I was just about to add the sauce with tartar sauce.
All right.
Tartar sauce. And I would also prepare for a light snack. I would prepare, let's see, chicken fingers. Chicken fingers wrapped in bacon.
All right. Sounds interesting. I'm a little hungry.
Yes. So I would put chicken fingers wrapped in bacon with a chutney, a seasoning pepper chutney.
All right.
Chutney, which is seasoning pepper. All right. Yeah. So these are the 3 items that I could think of right off my head right now.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are the snacks.
These are the snacks.
Okay, so now let's go to an appetizer. So now it's the formal part. Persons are done having conversation. It's time for dinner. So we need a appetizer that will basically keep persons in great spirit and ready to eat.
Right. Okay. So first off, I would prepare a Caesar salad.
Okay.
With a chicken breast.
Okay.
Salad with chicken breast. Yeah.
Okay.
For an appetizer.
And we are now moving on to the main course.
Uh-huh.
So for main course, you might want to give persons 2 options. So tell us what your 2 options would be.
So for main course, I would probably go with a little bit of okay, like you said, they're chicken lovers. So I would probably do a chicken mousse.
Okay.
Chicken mousse seared. With lemongrass sauce.
Okay. I'm trying to imagine how does this taste.
Sauce, almost like a foam.
All right.
And it would go alongside with some mashed potatoes.
Okay.
And some veggies.
Nice. So what color would be the sauce? Since we said lemongrass,
it would kind of be kind of white.
Okay.
Like a foam, but filled with flavor. It will look very plain, but when you taste it, it's gonna be loaded with flavor.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yes, and also I would, as a second option, move aside from the chicken a little bit and give them some steak.
Okay.
Some garlic seared steak.
Okay.
Alongside with some, I would give them some potato wedges.
Yeah, I was about to
sauteed,
suggest that I would love some wedges.
sauteed in some truffle oil.
All right.
Potato wedges. Probably, if my boss is listening, he's probably saying that I'm filled with all the ideas at the hotel. But really, it's just what I would prepare. Potato wedges. And alongside with some broccoli, some tempered broccoli. And yeah,
Okay.
Pretty simple.
So that's our main course. I'm
Yes.
pretty impressed with our main course, and I'm hoping that I could come back for seconds. So now we're moving on to our dessert.
Okay.
We only have one dessert, but you want it to be something that some persons would die for at the end to come back to say, hey, any extras?
Okay, so first off, I'm not really into desserts, but as a chef, and if I want to move further into my culinary lifestyle, you need to be able to have a bit of you need to be able to take on different stuff in the kitchen. Like you must be able to do the desserts, chocolate, different stuff, so you can really be, because being a chef indulges with being able to do mostly everything in the kitchen. All right, so for dessert, I would go very simple. I would just give them a banana foster.
Okay, mind telling us what
Okay,
it's
so
like.
a banana foster is basically bananas caramelized in sugar,
Right.
and it goes along with some ice cream of your choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will it be homemade ice cream?
Yeah. Technically, yes. Homemade ice cream is the best.
I would like mine with some coconut ice cream.
Okay, alongside with coconut ice cream just for Edison.
Okay, so right there you see Gabby is very creative, and I mean it is an on the spot menu. So it clearly shows that you're pretty ready
Yes.
and to put yourself out there when it comes to preparing your own menus and recipes. So of course, I mean, as we're about to end, just remind us of the menu that you created for us.
Okay, so for the snacks, I created chicken mini wraps, chicken balls with tartar sauce, chicken wrapped in bacon and seasoning pepper chutney, and I just came up with one right now, pizza with chicken as the topping.
All right.
For the appetizer, we have Caesar salad with chicken breasts, and for main course, we have a chicken mousse seared with lemongrass sauce, mashed potatoes, and veggies. For the second option for the main course, we have garlic seared steak with potato wedges and tempered broccoli.
Okay.
And
thank
for
you.
dessert, we have banana foster with coconut ice cream for this.
Okay, thank you so much, Gabby. And
Most
again,
welcome.
kudos to you for such a delicious menu. Of course, I enjoyed my meal. And I'm hoping to return for seconds
You're
soon.
most welcome.
Yes, and so now we are winding down with a few minutes left on the clock with our show. And so, I mean, there are many young persons in Sufre now who are interested in culinary. Even going back to the Sufre Youth and Sports Council's cook-off, we realized that Sufre was definitely filled with a lot of talent when it
Yes,
comes
I
to
saw that.
culinary. What would you say to a young person who wishes to go into culinary?
So I would tell you, just do it. Go out there, keep yourself filled with your passion, push yourself forward, keep asking questions, keep doing your research, and just do it.
Okay, and one thing I want you to do for me now, of course, as we continue to celebrate us as young persons, as now we are in Youth Month, I want you to just say a few words to our young persons just to motivate them as we go through this month.
All right, so I would say to you guys that you guys should keep focused as to what you want to do in life. Do not let anybody tell you that what you're doing is stupid, what you're doing is not good. As long as within yourself you feel that this is right for you, put your bag on your back, pull up your socks, and just do it. Just get through it. Keep a positive mindset. And I believe with a positive mindset and a strong mind and confidence, you will endeavor in your goals.
Okay, and thank you so much for that, Gabby. I really do appreciate your words. They did motivate me as well. And so, I mean, as I go out throughout this month and others listening, I'm pretty sure that your words will be registered in our minds.
Right.
And so I want to say to you, Miss James, thank you so much for coming on to Youth Voices today and for inspiring us and telling us about you being an influencer as well as a chef who wishes to become a professional one day. And so, too, from the Youth Voices family, I want to encourage you, just keep on doing what you do, keep focused. Negativity will always be present, but ensure, like you said, that you always use it in order to motivate yourself.
Yes.
And so with that, to our listeners, I say a huge thank you to you too for staying tuned in to Youth Voices this afternoon. We can all agree that this afternoon was definitely some great discussion with Gabby. Some great vibes. We enjoyed our imaginary meal and we wish that one day she would be able to prepare it for us.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edissa Eugene, where we focus
first and continue to enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Of course, we are now on our Easter weekend, so enjoy, have some good food, enjoy it for everybody. Chef Gabby, we do know that you'll be cooking a lot.
Yes.
So yes, enjoy. If by chance you maybe need a caterer, feel free to contact Chef Gabby
feel free to
for all your needs.
Subscribe to Gabby on YouTube and follow me on TikTok at Dimples Gabs, on Instagram at Chef Dimples 20. Thank you so much for having me again, Edissa. I really appreciate that opportunity. As much as I was nervous, I really think I put out some raw information out there. But thank you.
Great. And of course, again, this is where we end today. And I say thank you for staying tuned in and have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edissa Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Devant ensemble avec toute jeunesse. Evolve. Growing youth for an inclusive and transformed society. Are you ready?
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile.
Sufier Jazz is back on Sunday, May 7th, 2023. The perfect vibe with the perfect setting under the Beators. Chaz, Sammy, Arthur Blair, Boo Hinkson, headliner Christopher Martin,
Don't let me cheat on my girlfriend.
and soca sensation Patrice Roberts. Early bird tickets 100 EC. Tickets cost 130 EC and VIP tickets 300 EC. Get your tickets at all sale outlets, Steve Barbershop, and the Sufier Regional Development Foundation. Follow Sufier Jazz The Experience on Facebook for more information.
Children under 12 are free. No smoking allowed.